This is an Insane Cast production. You're listening to Thanks for Watching the All Movies Podcast. With your cast, Beth, DJ, Jimmy. And now, thanks for watching.
Welcome to episode 52 of Thanks for Watching. Boy, that was a little bumbly, wasn't it?
Nah, you got it. It's fine.
Okay, good. Nailed it the first time. So
they don't call him One Take McGee for nothing. Also, they don't call him One Take McGee.
Yeah, the last video that I uploaded to Patreon, it was I'm blanking on the name now. Replicas. There we go. That was 3 takes. If you can believe that.
I can believe that.
Well, and so, I'm not going to talk a lot about the behind-the-scenes part of that, but the first one, I was going way too slow, and then the second one, I went way too fast. And, it takes a lot of work. So, anyway, but definitely, it's rarely ever one take, unless we do it live like this, in which case it's kind of live.
And then it's all one take.
Right, exactly. But anyway, I'm DJ, in case you want to know which voice you're hearing right now. And then hanging out in the snowy, not so San Diego area.
It's Beth. Hello.
Hello, Beth. All right. So, did you dig out? Has it been really that bad?
I haven't. I got like 2 inches the other day, but people not 15 minutes up the freeway from me are just buried in the snow. I
see it in the Facebook pictures all the time, Yeah. So
it's
for those
bananas.
of you, it is. Like, for those of you who don't know, that I am from that area. And so I have a lot of friends on the Facebook that
are very cold.
Very, very
and
cold.
Have very little power.
Yeah, and then saying, hey, is there somebody that can shovel my driveway for me? And
oh my goodness, does anyone have a generator? Does
yes.
anyone have any spare firewood?
Right? So I think, the firewood would be helpful if anybody has that, because it gets cold up there. And,
yes,
for those of you listening in Minnesota, or the Midwest,
where it's very cold. I have spent my time there too, and I had thought about moving there to Minnesota because I did some school there, and no, like the people are super super nice, and that was the main draw. But also, it's winter, like 8 months of the year there, and I can't handle it.
Yeah, yikes!
I didn't like living in Pollock Pines. I'm not going to live in like Minnesota,
right?
As much as I love it there because the people are super nice.
Right. But, y'all can come and visit. How's that?
Yeah, all the time.
See?
Do it.
Yeah, that's it. Come visit.
You can stay at
sunny
DJ's
California. But, hey, we had some rain, like crazy rain here in San Diego where we don't get rain. So, we have to pull our pants up a little bit just to get into the car. Actually, I had to get in the car 2 days ago or whatever, and I climbed through the back seat to get to the street because it was puddled all over the place. Like, I couldn't get to my driver's side.
You don't wear pants.
I was going to work, so I had to wear pants.
So you were wearing pants, I guess.
Panty. Yeah, pant lip.
Oh, don't say
no,
that.
never mind.
Don't say
no puns allowed for that. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Why? I don't even know.
So,
pants type stuff. Not. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. So the rundown of the show.
Do it.
Oh gosh. My foot always tastes so good these days. Yes. We're going to talk about Alita Battle Angel. Yeah. And then we'll talk about Isn't It Romantic?
Aww.
We'll have some box office numbers. Beth, I'm sure, is streaming something.
Currently.
And I streamed something. I should have had something up for last week, but I forgot that I even streamed it until Penny's like, DJ, didn't you know you streamed something? So I'll explain it in a wee bit.
A wee bit.
We have a challenge again. And we have a sort of a new, person that got the challenge. Holy smokes. Let me get it out of my between my teeth. I had my teeth cleaned today. That must be what it is. Went to the dentist. That was not fun.
You always are going to the dentist on Mondays.
I know. It's so weird. So challenge, then next week's openings. Gosh. Beth, I wish you could do this part. Future films and
do me a favor.
Questions.
Breathe in through your nose.
Breathe in.
And then breathe out through your mouth. This is a safe place.
Okay, it's safe. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Now
I'm
try
good.
again.
Try again. Oh, a little. No.
Nope, didn't work.
No, take two didn't work either.
Sorry, dude.
We'll just keep moving on, shall we? That's probably going to be the name of the game here. Probably the name of the podcast. Keep moving on. Oh my gosh. Entertainment news. I didn't really have anything for this because I know it's not a news section, but it's sort of new in that it was going to be for Adrian to do, and I still like the section, so I think we should still have stuff. But if you want show news, we are doing this on Discord. We used to do it on Ring Central, and so that was something to pay for, and Discord you don't have to pay for.
Yeah, Discord is free.
Super cool. It's free. And I have some more, I guess, control. So I thought, hey, here's an idea. Why don't we open it up to our patreon.com/TFW movies subscribers and allow them to listen in right when we're recording. Can you imagine that?
So that's what's happening right now.
That's right now, exactly. So, it's a work in progress. We'll probably still have the YouTube Live, which isn't as good as hearing it directly on Discord.
Right.
Because you get to hear Beth the way I get to hear Beth, which is pretty darn awesome.
Yeah. Like uncensored?
Uncensored, unfiltered.
Slightly more sweary.
Yeah, slightly more. When the record button's not going, boy, there's a lot more sweary stuff that goes on. But still not for me. I guess I'm not a swearer type person.
No, you're a clean boy.
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all, if you were looking for some bad words.
That's what I'm here for.
I have the oldest dirty joke in the world.
Is it the one about the horse that fell in the mud?
It is! That still makes me laugh every time. Oh, my
you're
gosh.
Such a goofball.
I can't help it. Okay, so that being said, other entertainment news related to our podcast. I've spent like 6 hours working on our website because now we have a free website hosting, and you can listen to our show on our website now. So like you just go to tfwmovies.com and you can hear our latest episode, which right now up there is like is 51. Monkey
Rage.
Something. Monkey Rage. There we go. So that one's on the website, which is kind of cool. I like that. And that,
cool.
Fortunately for us, automatically updates when we put up a new show.
Perfect.
I love it. I'm happy with that. So it makes it a little easier. It's not the best looking website, but we just wanted to have something for you guys to go to and say, hey, this is cool. This is how I get a hold of you. That type of a thing.
Yeah.
And on our website, you can find our phone number. 512 podcast. Yeah, 512-763-2278. Oddly enough, you can click on it. Like, I just typed it in there and automatically set to touch it if you want to call these people. I'm like, okay. So, but you can also send us a text message like people do. In fact, I have one I will read I'll get my best voice out to read this next one.
Oh.
When I'm done with this part. So, yeah, you got our website, tfwmovies.com. Our email address is shoutout@tfwmovies.com. That's shoutout@tfwmovies.com. For those of you listening at double speed, I don't know how you're going to write that down. It's too fast. And then... you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also pretty much anything else. You can find us on Patreon. You can find us on TFW. On Google Plus. There we go. At TFW Movies. That's how you tag us and look for us and all that fun stuff. So we did get a text message, quite a long text message. But it was a movie review, and it was like, Teacher J.M. Strauss sent me a text, and he does this quite often where he'll say, hey, The Wife is a 5 out of 5, because he still doesn't convert it for us. So we do the conversion for us. He thought that was a 10 out of 10. He also thought Black Klansman was a 9 out of 10. I'm like, ooh,
it was a good movie.
It was a good movie. Roma was, what did he say? It's 8 out of 10.
Ooh, someone saw Roma. Sweet.
Yes. And so, but I was like, well, tell me a little bit about this Roma. And he says, okay, are you ready?
Yep.
He says, Roma is set in Mexico and is spoken in Spanish.
Huh.
A lady from Mexico works as a nanny/housekeeper for a middle-class family in 1970s Mexico.
Huh.
She finds out she's pregnant as the family she works for struggles with a missing father around the same time as political turmoil is arising in Mexico City.
Oh, serious.
Yes. The acting was so amazing in the movie. The movie is in black and white, which makes the film feel very vintage.
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't like the end of the movie too much.
Aww.
It was a little anticlimactic.
Bummer.
Oh, I said that word. Nice. Without spoiling anything, certain parts of the movie were very tragic and made me tear up. Aww. If I had a tissue and watching with you, I would have let you have it. The unconditional love that the main character had for the children she watched was beautiful. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, which translates equally to 8 out of 10 stars in our book. Yeah. So, excellent. Great review. Thank you very much for that. I encourage you all to do that. You know, send in your review of a movie and we'll read it on the show. Sometimes we'll read it with great diction and sometimes we'll read it where we need a second take. That's how that goes, I guess. So, anyway, patreon.com/TFW movies. I recommend it, especially if you want to be on the Discord. Just saying. All right, here we go. Now, films dealing with cards. Well, let's start with Crackhead Blue, shall we?
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Even if you just Google gambling movies.
That's a pretty broad, any movie that has cards in it. That's a pretty broad range of movies.
It is. And you know what I think that is important is that we need more lists that venture out there like that because movies about gambling, that's one thing,
right?
But movies with cards in them that are significant, nice. For instance, some of these are different, but not terribly different. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas from Crackhead Blue, Stand By Me, and that's been on a lot of our lists before. So, Alice in Wonderland. Yep, the animated one. But they all have it, right? Even the other one. But this is her favorite. This is her favorite.
It's pretty common.
Yeah. Rain Man.
Yep. Shorts on the Highway.
I just copied and pasted it. I didn't realize she has that one on. It's on my list, too. That's cool.
Mine, too.
Solo, a Star Wars story.
Yes.
Yeah. And then her honorable is Ocean's 11.
Good.
Yeah.
Good list, Blue.
Very good list. I like it. Man, I really want to see all of those again. So, de nada. Let's see. You know what I didn't do? I didn't pre-text Just Joe to get his list.
Uh-oh.
And I don't think I have his list. Darn it. So,
Ruiner.
And I don't think... I know. And usually I'm good at that, saying, hey, I know you've had lists before. What do you want to do? So I'm just going to have to skip over his. If he texts it in before the end of the show, maybe we'll have it. So
let's see. Blue says all he could really come up with was Maverick, and that's a great one.
Oh, that is a great one. I love Maverick. Okay, well, that's acceptable. There it is.
It's on my list too, Joe.
Hot off the presses, the internet presses. So,
yep. My hand vibrated, my phone vibrated in my hand, and there was an answer.
Oh, neat. It vibrates and lets you know? That's kind of cool. I like that. Way to go. I like this Discord thing. Okay. Okay, Teacher J.M. Strauss, he had a couple, 3 or so. Now You See Me Too. Mm-hmm. Yes, that counts. He's like, doesn't that count? Of course it counts.
Of course it counts. It has cards in it.
Yeah. He says he loves the card hiding scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Not a couple 3, but a couple 2. He says Alice in Wonderland, also the animated version.
Good.
So that makes sense. And that's it. That's all we have. Yeah, that's from our loyal listeners. That's what we've got.
Very good.
But I also didn't throw it up on the internet, the Facebook and all that stuff. I didn't put anything out there, so nobody else actually saw it, if you know what I mean.
Tricky man. Ooh, also Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Blue says.
Oh, is that one from Just Joe?
I'm going to guess yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Wow, instant feedback. This is crazy. We're going to get distracted by instant feedback.
We'll just have a conversation with Blue. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, do-do-do. All right, now let's hear from our cast. Speaking of cast, so Jimmy is taking kind of a 4-week hiatus just while he gets settled up. He's got a new job, and so he's just sort of getting the schedule down and seeing where things are landing up there, which is pretty far away. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure in 4 weeks he'll have a pattern and some sort of way to get back on the show, which would be really nice.
We wish him luck in his new endeavor.
That's right. That's right. It's going to be fun. I know it. So that's it on the Jimmy cast portion. And how about me? You want me to go?
Sure, go.
Okay, I know. So Rain Man is one of them.
It's a great movie.
I also picked Ocean's 11 because I really like that. I also picked Now You See Me 1 and 2. Mm-hmm.
Those are great.
And then I love those. And then Rounders. I really enjoyed that
Rounders
one.
is really good.
Yeah. So that's my list because I really didn't. I tried to put a lot more thought into it, and I was just like blanking on movies that have cards in them. And then I would think, well, does Meet the Robinsons have a card thing going on in there? I thought that the villain was doing a card thing for a bit, but then maybe not. And then comedy things like Airplane. I think they had some card players at the airport or something like that. So also great movies, but I didn't have a chance to research and make sure that I would say them right because I really love those movies. But anyway,
it's okay.
I don't mind saying stuff that isn't true as long as somebody doesn't go on and say, DJ, that was way not true.
You're incorrect.
Yeah, especially when it's about a movie, I want to keep it as accurate as possible, right? So,
it ruins our credibility.
Right, exactly. So, Beth, what have you got for us?
Well, all of the movies that you guys said are fantastic. Every single one of those belongs on my list. There's also a movie called 21 with Jim Sturgis about MIT, I think, kid who ends up counting cards and making a bunch of money. It's a really good movie. So
and he gets beat up too, right?
Oh,
he gets pretty beat up. Yeah,
gets his butt handed to him on a platter. Also, I'm gonna say Blazing Saddles. I know there's cards in there.
Oh yeah,
you're right. And Blazing Saddles goes on any list that I can make. And I mean that's kind of it's so broad. It kind of makes your brain go numb a little bit.
Oh, because then you could probably go with the third. Is it the second or the third Back to the Future? They go into the western
the third
town.
One, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and in the second one, there's a whole casino in it. So
that's right. Duh. You'll have to excuse me.
So, let's go with that. And then if I come up with any more, we'll just call out in the middle of the show, as per usual.
As per usual. 'Tis the way it'll go. All right, now let's go into the stuff we're putting in our eyes.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let's start with Isn't It Romantic, shall we?
Is it romantic?
Well, yes. It's your typical love story / romantic comedy where a girl doesn't know she likes a guy till she's mugged in the subway. Well,
I mean, hasn't that happened to all of us?
Exactly. Yeah. So during the time that she's unconscious, she dreams that she's in a romantic comedy that's PG-13.
Oh, no.
Now, honestly, that was funny. I really love that self-aware stuff. It's just hilarious. And there's a narrator because she predicted there'd be a voiceover narrator because that's what all romantic comedies have.
We all know DJ loves a narrator.
Yeah. So it was pretty funny. Lots of stereotypes, lots of over the top. I think there could have been a lot more over the top. And I think Penny agrees with that one. Like it was supposed to be self-aware, and I think it could have been even more hokey in the self-aware part.
Okay.
But boy, the performance by I'm blanking on his name.
Liam Hemsworth.
Thor's brother. Yeah. Thor's brother.
Liam Hemsworth.
Liam. Oh, that's right, Hemsworth. Hilarious. And he
good old Thor's brother.
Thor's brother. I'm sorry. I wish I could have had that. But I remembered his name. It's just not there. But here's the thing. So I think he did a great job, and I really think that he was making fun of Chris with the whole beguiling thing. And that was a running gag throughout the whole movie.
Okay.
And it's hilarious.
They're both pretty attractive boys. I mean, it's not like Liam is the ill-favored brother.
No, he looks just like him.
They're very similar looking.
At first I thought, Chris Hemsworth is in this movie? I was like, no, Chris Hemsworth's a little more bulky than this.
Just beefed out.
But, I was like, it's just, now I think, Thor is just computer animated body.
Thor is just a laundry bag full of meat with a pretty face on it.
Laundry bag full of meat with a pretty face. Aha, there you go.
Sorry.
Now I'm stumped. Thanks.
Yeah, I ruined him. Sorry, guys.
Oh, gosh. But anyway. So beguiling, they said that word a lot, and it's really funny the way how they do it. Okay. I really enjoyed, for some reason, I enjoyed the dream world as much as I enjoyed her real world. And I think that I feel like there could have been more real world stuff before her dream world. I think if they added 10 to 20 minutes of real world stuff, addition, not take away,
Right.
Because I think that what was there was actually pretty funny.
You just wanted a little bit more real world before she jumped right into the dream?
I think so. And there was quite a bit of real world, I suppose. But I don't know. And there was some really great transitional stuff, or unaware, but now look, you're aware. Very, very predictable type comedy type stuff. And I really enjoy
Well, it's a romantic comedy making fun of romantic comedies.
Right.
You're expecting it to not be predictable?
Right.
There are tropes that we're dealing with here for a reason.
Right. Right. Exactly. So I really enjoyed the way she woke up in the hospital. I thought that was pretty funny.
Okay.
But the funniest part about it is the way she woke up twice. So the first time she wakes up in her dream, like when she's unconscious, and then the second time is when she actually wakes up. the comparison between the two of them is just hilarious.
Yeah.
So you'd have to see it. Just real world stuff.
Well, I didn't get to go see it last night, but I'm gonna try to go see it tonight. So
okay, good. Now it would. Can I say how it happens? Because I really think it'd be funny. I mean,
does she get hit in the head with an inflated dong?
No, that was the last film. No,
I don't know. You said it was predictable, so I was just.
You're right. No, not that predictable. So she's ready to leave, right? So she rips out her IV.
Oh.
And in the dreamland world, It just kind of sucks up and done. It's nothing happens. But in the real world, she pulls it out and blood just starts
bleeds everywhere because there's an open wound. Got it.
It was pretty funny.
Nobody thinks about that kind of thing, but it's for real, guys.
But it is for real. That
is a hole in your vein.
Oh my gosh. So there you go. That's kind of my favorite scene. You have to have the two scenes together, otherwise it's not my favorite scene. Yeah, it's the chemistry between the two. And in a romantic comedy, we talk about chemistry.
Yeah, you need the chemistry.
Right? So, but, overall, I can't say I learned something new from this film other than it's fun.
Don't pull an IV out of your arm?
Don't pull an IV out of your arm, which they do in the movies all the time.
All the time. And every time I see it, I go, don't do that. It's a terrible idea. Oh, well, you're leaking.
Yep, you're leaking. But they're never really leaking. I mean, to get up and leave, and it's like, okay, where's the blood trail?
And they just, borrow someone's clothes that have been hung up in the closet or whatever.
And then they get shot, and then there's the blood trail.
Right.
So overall, I think this was an 8 out of 10 as far as comedy goes.
That's pretty good.
I think it was really good. It was not what I expected. I did expect it to be. Amy Schumer no, that's not Amy Schumer. That's
Rebel Wilson.
What's her name?
Rebel Wilson.
Yes, Rebel Wilson. Sorry, I was going right over you saying Rebel Wilson.
That's cool.
But anyway, Rebel Wilson sometimes could be a little raunchy, and I want to say that she wasn't that raunchy in this one.
Well, now I can see why you were thinking of Amy Schumer, because she can also be quite raunchy.
Right. No, that's true. Amy Schumer can be pretty raunchy. But they have two different raunch factors, I suppose.
Right.
So
different styles of raunch? Oh, I don't like that.
Right? Exactly. And I know Rebel Wilson, she does she really tries to do the shock thing.
Yeah.
And I just loved her as Fat Amy, by the way.
Oh, she's so good.
Right? So, anyway, that was it. That's all I have for that film. I recommend it. If you're with somebody or not, doesn't matter. I think it's a pretty good film as far as comedy goes and self-awareness and all that.
All the fun things.
Yeah, all the fun things. And now, Alita Battle Angel. I typically write some stuff. It looks like if you hear that noise in the background, that's Grandpa, and he's taping something, I think. Sorry, that distracted me. I'm really good at that. Alita Battle Angel. Here we go.
She has really big eyes.
She does have really big eyes. So it's like your typical love story about a robot who falls in love with a human.
Oh.
Or is the vice versa, the human that falls in love with a robot? So, and we found out that this Alita, the battle angel, she is found as just a head in a trash heap. And the guy,
like you do.
Yeah, like you do. And the guy, he gives her a body, and it just so happens that it was the same body his daughter was going to have. Mm-hmm. But his daughter died before he can give it to her.
Oh.
I know, super sad. So he gave it to Alita instead, but she didn't have a name, so he called her Alita, which is the same name as his daughter.
Oh.
So ultimately, this robot lady became his daughter in spirit.
Right.
But then she does something crazy, and, she finds this new body, and she's like, this new body speaks to me, and he's like, I don't care, this is the body I gave you, and she says, please, and he says, no way, I'm never ever going to put this body on you, and she says, okay, fine, and then he says, okay, fine, and then she goes out. So they say a lot of things. A lot of things, and then she goes out and gets the old body all mangled and tore up, like there's one limb left and nothing else. Oh. And he goes, okay, fine, I'll put it on. And so she ends up with a new body, which talks to her.
She didn't want to. She didn't want to be called Torso Boy, huh? I mean,
no, Torso Boy was not what Torso Girl. Yeah, so she did not like that name apparently. I thought it was a great nickname, but, so anyway, it was good. There is, I don't know if I should tell you or not, but there is a doggy death. It's pretty sad. I know. But the owner of said dog he doesn't quite go Keanu Reeves style on him. But he certainly tries, and all the brothers and sister doggies really go after this guy too. Good. So there is revenge.
Avenge the fallen Poopatron.
That's right. It is avenged, and it's such a cute dog too. I'm like, why would you do that? That's not very nice. So, but anyway, gosh, do I have a favorite film or favorite scene in this? I'm not sure because like a lot of it was okay. I do have a favorite scene, but I really have to tell you, this movie was like Rollerball, but for robots.
Oh,
yeah, and just as dangerous. Let me tell you, it was so much like that. So, favorite scene. There we go.
There you go.
What was my favorite scene? Gosh, I think my favorite scene was when Alita and her boyfriend, they get together for the last time. Oh. Like but there's like a whole exchange of lines type of a thing, and he doesn't have a body anymore. So, trust me, you'll understand, and it's not really giving anything away. You'll see in the film as it progresses. So, but their last scene together, I think, was one of the best scenes and showed the most emotion and was pretty amazing. So, I definitely want to own this film. I want to see it again. I give it a 9 out of 10. I know it's really high, but
that's pretty good.
It was pretty good. I could tell you Penny didn't like it as much. Huh. And I think because it wasn't concluded. Like, there was some conclusion, but it was, again, just another story getting ready for another sequel or something like that. So, and I think we're being sequel to death these days.
Yeah, everything has like a trilogy.
Yeah, and like, but so, isn't it a romantic? Was nice because it had no idea of having a second part.
Because when it was over, it was the end of the movie.
Yeah, there was nothing else to report. Oh, they fell in love, and oh my gosh, her life is a romantic comedy, whether she likes to believe it or not.
Ah, lovely.
Yes, very nice. And then summed up nicely. But Alita Battle Angel is like, hey, Rollerball.
There's other stuff to be told.
Yeah, let's do it again. And it's a gal that'll never age. So one of the things Yeah, right. I was looking at the film and going, wow, all of this is CGI. Like, every little bit of it. Like, there's nothing really there. It's like a video game where you have the voiceover actor that looks like a person, but it's not really a person.
It was kind of like most of Ready Player One.
Yes, exactly. Kind of like that as well. So, is that the nature of films these days, or especially action films?
I think it has to do with the style of storytelling that they're going for.
Yeah, that's because
true. In Ready Player One, they're talking about living in a virtual world, so it's got to be
right.
And then I feel like I'm probably wrong on this, but it feels like Alita Battle Angel has a previous source material. Like
right, yeah,
a graphic novel or a anime or something. So
yeah,
and I don't know, so I won't say conclusively, but it feels like the reason they did it that way is because that's the way they need to convey the story, the original source material.
Yeah, and I don't know what it was either, and it does look like it was, I'm sure, anime or something.
I'll look it up.
Please hold. She will check it out. There you go. And then one of the things that they had
it's an anime.
Oh, is it an anime? Okay. And they had this thing that was like a city that's above the city that these trash robots, I guess you could call them trash robots, but I don't know. But they're all they're part human and part prosthetic robot, and then some human are almost all robot, and some humans are just humans. So, but it's like the poor town, much like Elysium. So you got the thing in the sky,
right?
And it's sort of the forbidden. Like if you're a nobody, you're still down there on Earth. Whereas if you're somebody, you're up there.
All the riches are up in the sky.
Right, and that's sort of how that is too. But they never really showed us up there. They never did. Like, we saw the main guy that was controlling everything, and he was up there.
Right.
But we didn't see anything. Like, it was always a close-up shot and part of a room, but never saw anything. In fact, when they did a wide shot where they could show it, you can still only see it from the ground. You couldn't actually see it from above. Gotcha. So you never actually got to see anything. It was like watching the Avengers in that last film where they were trying to keep that thing from dropping down to Earth. That big chunk
right.
Yeah. So it was like all we could see was that big chunk part. We couldn't actually see the top side.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
So we were living the part of the poor people.
Yes. Yeah, we were living the part of the poor people.
Okay.
So... Yeah. So there is a little twist in it that I'm not going to talk about because I feel like that might be a spoiler.
Yeah, probably if it's a twist.
It's a bit of a twist, but it's not much. It's really not. But I still don't
spoil it. Someone needs a little twist.
Yeah. I think this would have been a 10 if they did explain a little bit more about the up top. But I like what they did. I think they made the choice not to go up there because we needed to stay with the poor people. Mm-hmm. So
probably.
Yeah. So okay. I liked it. Definitely liked it. Go see it. I think you should go see it. Definitely. Okay. If you like action and if you're okay with the computer animation, then go for it. I didn't think it was all that flashy in your eyes type of a thing, so it was kind of tame in that respect. So
you're saying it won't give you a seizure?
I don't think it'll give you a seizure. I think you'll be just fine. And if you like anime, you'll definitely like this. I mean, even though she's the only one with the big eyes, I think that perhaps they could have, I don't know, done the big eyes on a couple other people. Maybe.
Well, if she was the only one who was that style of character, then they probably wouldn't have done that.
Right. And see, I have not seen the anime on that, so.
Right.
And neither have you.
Nope. Haven't.
Nope. Hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
So, all right. Cool. Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
Let's please. All right. It's time for the challenge. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Are you ready, Blue?
Aha. I hope so. Okay. So, last week's movie clip was Clue. And Teacher J.M. Strauss is the one who answered it.
Woo!
Yes, and he says, it's so funny because I watched it last week. So that's how it was like in his brain so quickly. So that was cool. I thought it was cool. So here it is. Hopefully it stayed synced. Okay, here it is. Ready?
Yep.
Hopefully you can hear this if you're live. If I can hit the right button.
Gotta hit the right button.
Do something, mate. Climb him at least. Give me your watch. Could be a record. That counts. How long? I ain't gonna ask again. Shut up, Doris.
I don't think we need to go any longer.
Nope, I think you're good. It has, between Joe and Blue in the chat, they've started a debate about which film in this particular genre is the best. Which I won't give it away because I don't want anyone who's listening to know. I don't want to give away the challenge, but these two, man, they're going at it.
Holy moly. Wow, that's pretty cool.
See, that's a really tricky one. I'm going to throw in my 2 cents here. I think that both of your choices are really, really great movies.
Well, there you have it. There's our challenge for this week. If you know it, just send us a text message at 512-podcast and let us know what you think it is. What else do we have? Next week's films. Stuff that's coming out next week. Are you ready for these?
Yep.
I have a feeling you're going to the movies this week, and you're not going to go see Isn't It Romantic?
I'm going to try it.
How to Train Your Dragon 3.
What?
Yep. Also, Fighting with Your Family comes out. So looking forward to that one. And Prosecuting Evil. So I think that's more of a documentary thing. So, yeah. So those are the 3 kind of major ones that are coming out for next week. And I know you're going to want to see How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
I just knew it.
I am a How to Train Your Dragon fan.
Yeah. Well, you've read the books, correct?
I did.
Yeah. Like you do.
Because I'm an adult.
That's right.
I read kids' books.
Aww. All right. So you ready for this week's box office numbers?
Yep, do it.
All right. Let's go with... this movie we're going to go see on Tuesday. Happy Death Day to You. That's number 5.
Oh.
I know, huh?
That's pretty good. I didn't think it would be that high.
I know, right? But I made it. I can't believe it, too. Well, I mean, it was very funny. If you saw the trailer, you'd be like, oh, I got to go see that. So you'll see.
No, it looks pretty funny. I mean...
It does.
I did see the trailer, so...
Okay. Did you see the first one?
I haven't yet, but it is on my list. I was almost streaming it during this show, but then I was like, no, I actually want to watch it.
Yeah, you'll
just
definitely
like looking up now and then going, oh.
Yeah. What Men Want hit number 4.
4.
Yeah. Isn't It Romantic? Number 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I expected. I was like, wow. Alita Battle Angel is number 2.
Oh, which
I didn't expect that. Yeah. And leaves the Lego Movie 2, the second part.
Everything is awesome for them the second week in a row.
Yeah, isn't that great? That's totally awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team, just saying.
That's right. Yay. So that was it. That was our box office numbers.
Good job, Deej.
Thank you. Thank you to you, because you brought it up to me. You sent it out right there.
Because I Googled it, yes.
Because you Googled it. You
it's
did a great job
very
at Google.
difficult, hard work.
You can Google. Yay!
My Google foo is strong.
Yay! Future movies and trailers. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. I only have one, and we talked about it a little bit before. Frozen 2.
Oh, man.
Tell me about this.
I don't know what is going on, but Frozen 2 looks darker than the first Frozen. Yes. And it's, I mean, just looking at it, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's so pretty. But there's like, it seems like people with new powers, and there's a lot of autumn theming, and like Elsa is running out into the ocean using her little powers to float on top of the ocean, and she's like jumping. It looks freaking sweet. So awesome. There's very little, there's like nothing said. It's all just visual, and you want to watch it because I saw the trailer. And then I saw the trailer again like 3 times because I was just like, what is this? And I can't wait for November. It's going to be a big year for Disney, I think. So.
Oh, man. They're just going to take up everything.
It's going to be a lot of movies coming out, and we're all just going to have to be like, whew, all right, buckle up and watch all the movies. It's like last year was pretty big with all the big summer movies and everything.
Oh,
and now it's just happening again. Because we all know Star Wars is coming out in December. Episode 9. Still no title, still no teaser trailer. As soon as that happens, don't worry, you will be kept apprised of the situation.
Oh, for sure. Sure. Yeah. I expect like a snapshot of you on the Instagram at the
losing
moment
my mind,
yeah.
Just a reaction video.
Yep, we need
I'll
to
just
see
be sitting there like
what color handkerchief do you need for that?
Right? I'm just like, oh my god. Losing my mind. So, yeah, I mean, we talked about the genie from Aladdin last week.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then there was something else, but I have forgotten what it was.
You know, they keep showing the trailer for Us. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that trailer?
Yeah.
So why is it that when you take music and you slow it down and add a little echo, why does it make it seem so much scarier? Can you imagine Ren and Stimpy being played? Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy.
It's still sinister. Yeah.
It is.
I don't know what it's just because it's not what we're used to hearing.
I suppose so. That is definitely not happy, happy, joy.
I was making an in memoriam slideshow for the Theater Award show, and I ended up putting, Sarah McLachlan song as the music for it. But I was for about 13 seconds going to use Hushabye Mountain from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, that would have been good. It
was too creepy.
Was
it?
I
was watching it, I'm like, ooh, this is sinister and creepy, and I don't like it. So I had to change it.
Wow. It's amazing. Like, if you put something like, you just alter your perception of a particular song just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And then it's just like, wow. All of a sudden, that's the creepy.
Right? So. Holy moly. But yeah, the Us looks really scary.
Okay.
Even just by the sound.
It does look pretty good.
Yeah.
It looks like fun.
So, we'll probably go see that. Most definitely. I keep seeing the Men in Black trailer. Okay, I'm still in love with that. I can't wait to see that.
Of course you are.
Right?
Also, it has a laundry bag full of meat in it. I mean, what are we going to...
Right?
Exactly. Not look at that? Hello, handsome.
And then the Rocket Man. So we're getting another one of those rockumentary type of a thing, which also looks good.
Yeah.
Now, Now, in the trailer, it shows like the whole levitating audience thing. Right. I remember that was a big deal when that happened.
Well, yeah.
Like, did people not know that was going to happen, or they just did it and it was like, oh, cutting edge technology? Or I guess we'll find out when we watch this.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll have something to say about it.
Yes. And then along the same lines, we're getting another one called Yesterday. Did you see that trailer?
No, I didn't. Is it about the Beatles?
It's kind of about the Beatles, but what happens is this guy gets hit in the head, as people do, and he wakes up, and nobody has ever heard of the Beatles.
Okay, so it's like, isn't it romantic and Bohemian Rhapsody had a baby?
Yes, exactly. That's right. And they called it Yesterday.
Or maybe, I guess, Delirious. Do you remember Delirious with John Candy?
Oh, yeah.
When he writes for the soap opera, and...
Yes.
That movie was so funny.
That is a great film.
Anyway,
I love John Candy. Oh,
yes.
He was one of the greats. But yes, so all of a sudden now he writes songs based on Beatles songs and performs them, and he's the greatest writer in the world or whatever because the Beatles have never been discovered.
That's bananas.
It is. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Actually, is a kind of a neat idea.
Yeah.
So, and I'm curious what happens when he wakes up.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Well, he won't be the writer of the Beatles songs anymore.
Nope. Nope, for sure. Okay, so one last trailer that then we can stop.
Okay.
So I saw a trailer called The Hustle.
Oh.
And it also stars Rebel Wilson.
Oh.
And it looks an awful lot like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, maybe it's... I'm going to look it up. Go ahead.
You're going to have to look it up, right? Because they're con artists. Her and oh gosh, the
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway, thank you. Her and Anne Hathaway are con artists. Now, Anne Hathaway is like this big to-do, really wealthy con artist. Much like the what's his name? Michael Caine. And then she is the small-time con artist, much like Steve Martin. And so they go after a big hustle.
It says that they team up to take down the, quote, dirty, rotten men who have wronged them. So, yeah, It does seem that they are...
I totally want to put that in my eyes. Because there's just one scene that in the trailer where the guy, she's like, okay, send out the servant, and the other guy's like, don't you mean like bird or whatever it's called, discus or whatever? Yeah. And the servant starts running across the lawn, and Anne Hathaway goes, don't worry, she usually misses, and she shoots and gets him.
Oh my goodness.
And Anne Hathaway's like, I didn't see that coming.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
So looking forward to that one.
I'm going to have to see that movie. I haven't seen the trailer for that. I'm going to have to look it up. Yes, it does say that it's a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, it does say that? Oh, yeah. Gosh.
Which, if you haven't seen the original 1988 version, go put it in your eyes. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
and keep your eyes out for Rubric.
Rubric, which was one of our challenges, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yep. Also,
why is the cork on the fork?
Okay. So next week's topic, we're going to talk about movies about summer.
Because we're all very cold.
Things hot. Because we're all very cold. That's right. We're tired of this cold. Beth's tired of the snow. I'm tired of the 1 inch of rain.
No, I am sad for you and your rain.
I know. I can't help it. So if you have a list or just a couple of movies that you like to put in your eyes a lot because they're summer movies, send us
they'll make you feel warmer.
It'll make you feel warm. 512podcast, or send us an email at shoutout@tfwmovies.com.
Blue says she's loving the rain and the layer wearing. Well, you should come up here because it's cold AF.
Oh, don't
and
dare!
Snowing like 15 minutes away. So
you can
take my dog for me because I don't want to go to the snow. And he does.
He does. Well, he's a big fur ball.
He's a snow dog.
Yep. He's like, bring it. I need snow.
We had like 2 inches outside the other day, and he went out and he slipped on the deck, and he was like, ooh, I'm scared. So then I had to walk him off the deck, and then he was like, oh, it's all better now. And he was just running around like a big galumphing idiot. That's my boy.
That's your boy. Aww. Well, here's the deal. You can send us a message on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at TFW Movies. There we go.
Blue says 8 Below is Paul Walker's best movie. Prove me wrong. I can't prove you wrong because I agree with you. Of all of the films that he made, that's probably. I mean, it's got dogs in it. You can't.
Yes, that Stay Alive.
Yeah. Well. I think one might not make it.
One, but only one. Okay.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so that's our show. You've been listening to Thanks for Watching. We have a bunch of thank yous because, we couldn't do this show without a lot of people, including Joshua Struthers, Big Checho, Joe Ray. He helped us out with the Discord stuff. My goodness, I don't know what I would have done without him. Thank you so much, Joe. And then, as far as hosts or cast goes, thank you, DJ McKee, Jimmy Harris, and Beth Labine.
Hey, yo.
Also, thank you for these other behind-the-scenes folks that really help us out a lot. Dorothy Fielden and Jackie Harris and Penny McGee.
Penny pasta.
If you only knew what she had to do for me for the Discord stuff.
Oh man, Penny really takes a lot for the team.
She's like, what do you want me to do? And just create an account and log in, and I want to see if we can hear each other. And she's like,
I want to figure out how this works. All right.
And I don't know how it worked. And she's like, I don't know how it works. And she gets on there and she slides something over and pushes the button, and boom, now we can hear the feedback. It's working. Yay. That's all I wanted to do. See if it worked. Oh my gosh. Yes. She is the boss. Let me tell you. All right. Well, that's about it. Oh yeah, no, it's not about it. I want to thank you, the listening audience, because without you, why would we even do this? Honestly,
yeah, there's no reason for us to do it if you guys aren't listening.
That's right, and we have tons of listeners. I can tell already.
So many.
But anyhow, thank you very much, much appreciated, and we will chat with you again next week. And cut. I like.